Okay, so I'm in California. It is April 1st, and I've been doing some impromptu recording. Some impromptu recording, and yep, it's been a journey. It's been a journey. It's been a journey, but I'm excited because so far so good. I got a job, and I got that job on the 24th of March. It's now April 1st, and I've been working at the job 2 weeks or so, and I'm excited to say that I like the people. I really like the people. I think the people might be my favorite part, and I think that's probably just because I'm a people person. Love, talking, learning, meeting people and all that. So, that's exciting, right? Met some really cool people that were born and raised in Long Beach, because my training is in Long Beach, but the job is in LA. I am a wig alteration specialist, so I adjust wigs. And when I got the job, of course, I started thinking about God, and I was thinking like, dang, God, like everything does work together for my good, right? Like my talents and my gifts definitely made a way for me. Like I was telling a lady, she was like, okay, yeah, you have bridal background and, you do those things, but would you be interested in this road? And I was telling her, like, I started doing hair when I was 10 years old. I learned how to braid hair when I was about 10, or I think French braid when I was 10, but then I learned how to braid. And I remember braiding on my baby dolls or my Barbie. You remember the Barbie head with the synthetic hair? So that is when I started braiding. And when I was braiding, I was running to my mom and showing my mom, and she was like, really good job. So I kept doing that so much so that she ended up buying me a real mannequin head. So I was like, okay, bet. Like now I got the real head. I could press, I could curl, I could braid, all types of stuff. And then I started doing my little sister's hair. So neither here nor there, like I always did some hair, right? And, I did some hair in college. I always did some hair, but I didn't want to be a hairstylist because I didn't see longevity in it, I was like, I can't do this my whole life, So, started following one of my loves, and I was begging my mama for a sewing machine back in the day. For a sewing machine and to learn how to sew these pajama sets, but she never got around to it. So went to school for fashion and started doing that whole thing. So I was explaining her that on my interview, and I was really excited. And she was like, oh yeah, we're going to bring you in for a sew test. I got the sew test the next day, or that day. She wanted to talk to me, but I didn't check my emails. So the next day she was like, yeah, we want you to come in and train. And I think the next day after that, that's when I got the job. And I felt super confident on that interview too. So it felt like I got the job. I went on 2 interviews prior to that one, and I didn't feel like qualified, or I didn't feel that my skill set was strong enough. So it didn't feel like I got the job, although I would have loved those jobs. They were full-time, benefits, higher pay, right? The ideal job. But I guess I just wasn't skilled enough for them. So, hey, right? So that in itself was like, okay, God, I think I get what you're saying, right? And that's a whole nother video. Okay, I'm sorry, that's a whole nother video. But in that moment, God definitely spoke to me saying that I need to get better at my craft. I really need to get better at my craft. And I thought I was good. Like I thought I was really good at my craft, but coming out here was like, yeah, nah, I got a lot of work to do. So I'm going to, keep climbing, keep doing my thing, keep doing all I can. And I got a job though. I got a part-time job at a hair boutique down here doing wig alterations. And I got another job months ago back in Detroit as a after-school children's fashion teacher, like sewing fashion teacher. And it's a part of the recreation department. So that's the other part-time job, right? So I have to check in with him probably this week. I'm going to email him probably on tomorrow and see if I can get a class or 2 started up, right? But today was exciting because I am, what am I doing? I'm looking for apartments now. So I have employment. I've been working and I've been tired, exhausted. Mind you, keep in mind, I take public transit. So to go train in Long Beach, it takes about an hour and a half. And anywhere, like when taking public transit, it's going to take about an hour and a half to get there. Like, even though it's in Long Beach, so it's a longer distance. So I got to take the train, 2 buses and a train, right? So it costs more money, but it's the same time, right? When I start working in LA, it's going to be 2 buses, but it still takes an hour and 30 minutes. So it's a little cheaper, $1.75 cheaper, or both ways. So yeah, times 2. I did the calculations on, like, you know, how much money I'm gonna be earning from those 2 jobs. Possibly the highest I'm gonna be earning is like, yeah, we don't gotta get too specific, but the highest is gonna be a certain number, and then the lowest is gonna be a certain number. So you could do the math on this if you want, but the apartment complexes usually, they want 2.5 times the rent, or 3 times the rent. They want you to be making 3 times the rent, or 2.5 times the rent, right? And or they take job offers, which is cool too, right? They take 2 months pay stubs or job offers. But I had to get a job before I got an apartment, no matter what was in my bank account. You get what I'm saying? So we're here, and I am excited to say that I am searching for an apartment. I'm looking for an apartment right now, and it's exciting, and I'm looking forward to it, and I am excited, you know, for it. And yeah, my budget is $1,000, roughly $1,000 to $1,300. $1,300 on an apartment, and here, that's basically like a nice studio. Regular studio, or a nice studio. So that's what I'm gonna be looking for, are studio apartments, seeing what's available, seeing where the availability is. And I might do some like groundwork too. So like wake up real early, walk around a little bit, and to see what we can do from there. You know, I'm gonna continue to apply, and of course I'm gonna continue to interview, but I think that's a good base, and that's a good launching pad for anything, right? Because at first I was thinking like, okay, Kaylin, you could probably like just, you know, stay in a house with people. So just be a roommate, and roommates, it's about $1,000 for a roommate, right? So you get a room, but you share the common spaces and stuff like that. So I don't mind that, but essentially I want my own space so I can freely create, right? Freely create as I want. You know what I'm saying? So ideally I want a studio, but I might have to do the roommate situation, but we're not crossing nothing out. You know, God is just gonna lead me through this as much as he sees fit. So I love you, and I'm excited, and I'm start doing some research and just trying to map all of this out, you know. So I love you. Thank you. And LA has been really good to me thus far. Like, I'm so happy I moved here. I'm so happy I moved here. It's definitely, it cleared my mind for sure. So let's do it. You know, I'm extra tired a lot of the time, and I feel like I'm getting a little something going on here. I'm not gonna say it out loud because I'm not claiming it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not claiming it. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. But I gotta start doing some of these treatments, and yeah, let's get her done. So I love you. I'm gonna keep you updated. Yeah, and we just gonna keep rocking this out. You know, I'm gonna continue to make this a whole journey, like record my whole journey. So prayerfully, you know, I get to the success that God has for me. I get to the plan that God has for me, and I can look back on these videos like, dang, I remember that time when I was sitting in that 1-bedroom Airbnb. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? So I love you. If you haven't taken any risk, please do so. Right? Life is about risk. Make life spontaneous. Make it adventurous, right? I'm not telling you to go buy an airplane with your whole life savings. I'm not saying that. But I am saying just step out your comfort zone. Step outside of it and have some fun while you're doing it. All right. I love you. I'll see you in the next one.